Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm a full-time trader and I'm also a mentor in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be an update on Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at the bull scenario and the bear scenario and see what the probabilities are of one outweighs the other. You're looking for daily live streams, meaning that you can come in and ask any question your heart desires. Ask alt requests. I go live every single day inside the Discord. The link is below for the website if you would like to join us. Alrighty, let's get started. So we're on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. I'm sure some of you have noticed that we have this bearish divergence printing on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. This is not confirmed yet because we still have an entire week on this candle to go, meaning that this weekly candle could continue to push up and drag RSI with it and wipe that divergence out. So until this weekly candle is closed, we cannot confirm this bearish divergence. All right, so while we're still on the weekly time frame, let's talk about what patterns Bitcoin could take here. The big question is this rally in the middle just a connector? As it stands right now, notice we have this middle section, and then we have two legs that are of equal size. This could easily be a zigzag that is a 5-3-5 count. Meaning that here now or very soon, this leg could be done and print a B wave or an X wave. Either one, it doesn't matter. It would mean that this leg was an A wave or a W wave. It would mean that this leg is going to get a partner on the other side of 5 or 3 that could make a higher low and put in a Y wave, or come deeper, breaking this low, putting in a C wave. So you're probably asking yourself, well, when will we know when this is not possible to be a zigzag anymore? When will we know that Bitcoin is on a full-blown bull run? Basically, when the 1.618 is taken out, and it's heading up into the 2.236 is when we will know. What we need Bitcoin to do is break this channel with a 1 and a 2. Come up for a 3, 4, 5. In this area, Bitcoin will need to hold fourth wave territory. It will need to create these fourth waves. At that point is when we will know that it is no longer possible that this leg is a B wave, but not until we get up into this area and it holds fourth wave territory. You notice in the SPX, notice that this correction right here, where we had this middle section in between two equal legs. This is the exact same scenario where the SPX had an A wave. The B wave overtook the A wave by an extreme amount and then came down for that C leg. This is the exact scenario that we are talking about here, where this ends up being 3 legs, goes up into the expanded B pocket, okay, overtakes the high by an extreme amount, comes up into this pocket, and then gives a rejection that comes down in a C leg, not holding these fourth wave territories. This is on the table. Bitcoin has never had a sideways flat correction yet, and it's very possible that it's due for one. Keep it in mind. Definitely keep it in mind. All right, so let's talk about this bull scenario. If this is going to happen and we're going to get up there for that third wave, this wave right here, we want to be the start of something. We want it to be a wave 1. So we want it to pull back for a wave 2, flipping this price action to support, come out of this channel with a 3, 4, 5. At that point, again, hold fourth wave territory, make these fourth waves, and push up for a fifth. That is when we'll have our main third wave in motion. We'll talk about this little wave more when we get on the lower time frame. We also need to talk about if this wave is the end of something. And actually, this wave 1 is not in yet. We talked about this in my previous video, that could be a big possibility that this is a fifth wave and that it's putting in the wave 1, and then we have to look for the wave 2. Nothing would change other than the wave 2 wouldn't be in yet. It would hold this channel and definitely find support on top of the previous wave 1. Coming through that area would be completely bearish, and it would mean that this is an ABC and that this leg is getting a partner. Okay, so it must hold 32,000. All right, so this is the wave that we want to be the start of something. We want this wave to turn into a wave 1. We want this wave to continue to push to the upside, coming up into the 1.618 at 52,170. We want it to hold fourth wave territory for a fourth wave, and then push up for a fifth, coming up into 56,550. At that point, we'll have a 5-wave move that we want to be the start of something. Then when it pulls back for the wave 2, we want it to flip all of this price action to support. No coming through the top of this. Complete invalidation is at 38,500, this low, but we do not want Bitcoin to come that deep. If this is going to be the start of something, that wave 2 pullback needs to flip this price action to support. Okay, so in my last video, I had 2 corrections on the table. First one in red was that Bitcoin was going to reject at the 618 and then give this leg a partner. That one did not happen. But the yellow one is still on the table. That is an expanded B, just like in the higher time frame we were talking about, where this correction is actually a zigzag ABC that is going to go into the expanded B pocket and then give this leg a partner, more than likely making a higher low. This would be extremely bullish for Bitcoin, and this would definitely mean big upside. All right, so 2 things we want to happen. Either Bitcoin makes this 5-wave move, it completes it and pulls back for a wave 2, or it completes the yellow wave. Why do we want those 2 to happen? Because this leg alone is not big enough in time to have corrected this entire leg. What it's suggesting is that this is a connector and that it needs a partner leg to be big enough in time to have corrected this leg. If Bitcoin ends up pushing to the upside and making this 5-wave move, we definitely want it to be the start of something. Because what it's suggesting is that if this is all the correction we're going to get, it's suggesting that this is a 3rd wave, a 4th wave, and a 5th wave. Because of the time this took, it's suggesting a 4, not a wave 2. But if Bitcoin holds this price action and doesn't come through it and flips it to support, then we accept it because time is a guideline, it's not a rule. Okay, so we're on the 4-hour time frame, and what Bitcoin needs to do to make this impulse complete is it needs to hold this 4th wave territory. At this point, there is no coming through there. Common sense tells you that if it does, it has a big insufficient area and it will drop right through. That's why when an impulse is being made, it needs to hold fourth wave territory. Okay, so this needs to stay as support. It needs to push up for a fifth wave up to the 1.618, then pull back for an additional fourth, holding fourth wave territory, and then push up for a fifth up to 56,550. Once Bitcoin completes this impulse wave, then we want to see a correction that holds all of this area as support. If Bitcoin rejects hard and comes through here, that is going to suggest that this was a fifth wave and not a wave one. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video, short and sweet, and I will see you in the next one.